Keeping tradition, just got out of the movie theater, started recording. And which movie did I just finish watching from the theater? Well, if you can't read, it's Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Let's jump right in it.
Are you okay?
First of all, she gets it. This director, Emma Tammy, she gets it. She is a director who actually gives the fans what they want. Unlike some other directors. And the moment I knew that she gets it, this is a non-spoiler by the way, it was a scene where Abby and Mike are in the old Fazbear Pizzeria, and then he picks up a plush teddy, squeezes it, and then it played this. Everyone laughed, and I mean literally laughed. And that's what this movie really is. It's a true fan service movie. There's so much references to the game, like putting on the mask, the old weathered animatronics, the new toy animatronics, Balloon Boy, him laughing. It's heard many times throughout the film. And then the game also kind of nods that Balloon Boy isn't real or is a ghost. And the movie kind of leans on that too, because there isn't so much, even though Balloon Boy is there's not so much detail about Balloon Boy, just like in the game. And then there are even so many set pieces that really resemble the game. And also what the game does, it leans on how much the speaker, the guy who's on the phone, that guy, that it really seems like he's afraid of the marionette.
One more thing, don't forget the music box. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere. I don't think the Freddy mask will fool it, so just don't forget the music box.
And they really play on that scheme of being afraid of the marionette in the movie as well. Because the new antagonist in this film, which I am not going to say, is also very afraid of the marionette. Which, by the way, the marionette actually isn't the antagonist in this film. And when they reveal the real antagonist of the film, it was a big surprise, especially for us fans in the theater. People were like gasping and cheering, like, yeah! And it's a good, reveal. It's a really good reveal. More service to the fans. And that is also what this movie is. It's just a big old reference to the original source and a high budget jump scare. Okay, speaking of the jump scares, there were a lot of jump scares in this film. And I admit, most of them, even though I did see them coming, it still made me jump under my skin. But that might have been because of the surround sound being at full volume. Being so loud, like something crashing through a window, and it just being super loud. And if you go into this movie knowing the Fnaf lore, there's really no mystery. Well, at least not a lot. Because from the trailers, we know it still follows Abby, Mike, and Vanessa from the first film. But it feels like, since we already got the backstory of those who created the Freddy Fazbear Pizzerias, like William and Henry, and then they just crammed the three characters for the sake of plot. Which is not a bad thing. To me, that seemed like the weakest part of the movie. And that's my only gripe with it. Because I really did love the references. Because when me and Lux were kids, we played the Fnaf trilogy on his little tablet. Because we didn't have a PC. And so it really was just some fun child nostalgia. I also really, really loved how creepy they made the marionette. I just like this super crawly, creepy demon thing that's always crawling around corners, and as soon as it sees you, it's like it reaches out for your face. They do like the fourth wall thing where basically the marionette reaches out for the camera kind of thing, like real creepy SCP kind of thing. Also, what me and Lux were waiting for through the whole film was that Scream fans would love this, that Skeet Ulrich is in this and he plays Henry. Can you believe that? Okay, I'll provide a little bit of context. Henry partnered with William Afton, who was played by Matthew Lillard, and Matthew Lillard plays Stu in Scream.
Peer pressure.
Or Shaggy. And they both created the Freddy Pizzerias and the animatronics that kill kids. And if I'm not mistaken, it was actually William who was trying to do that, and Henry was kind of against it, which led to the events of Fnaf 2. So, Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard returned again to play these two killers. So basically what I'm saying is that the two returned for another duo killing spree, so to speak.
Everybody dies but us. We're gonna carry on and plan the sequel, because let's face it, baby, these days, You gotta have a sequel.
And lastly, what I did love was the post-credit scene, which you should stay behind to watch, which perfectly prepares for the third one. And for those that don't know, the third game, theme park owners turn a Freddy pizzeria into a haunted house with only one animatronic. So it really looks like the third one is coming. How they're gonna do it, I don't know, because the first two movies takes place like in the 90s. In the game as well, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 takes place in more modern times. It took place when it was released, like mid 2010s. So I don't know if they're gonna do that with the third movie, or if they're gonna just continue on with the story of Vanessa, Mike, and Abby. Because the ending also led us to believe that the third movie is gonna continue with the three original characters. So picking up from what I said earlier about how this movie was a big fan service, the first one was just as a big a fan service as the second one was. So which leads me to the question, is Five Nights at Freddy's the first game movie, mind you, not TV show, that really honors the original source? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I just noticed something. In the movie, the animatronic steps are just mad heavy. But in the game, they are silent footsteps, like death in the cold winter wind. That's how the movie felt, by the way. Just constant jump scares. Please don't unsubscribe. Anyways, that's my review opinion for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Keep watching movies and keep watching our videos. And as the year comes to an end, we all here, the entire crew, all three of us here at Future Freaks, appreciate you guys, especially our subscribers. Our very little subscribers. We appreciate all you guys. And if you're new to the channel, give us a good Christmas present of subscribe. Bye!